10 nights straight of rejection. 10 nights of watching the woman I married slip further away behind paper-thin excuses and cold shoulders. I stood in our pristine Seattle kitchen, rain streaking the windows, watching Jenna sip her Merlot like she hadn't just shattered what was left of our intimacy for the 10th time in a row. "My head hurts," she said, barely glancing in my direction. I'd heard every variation, tired, stressed, not tonight. But this time something inside me refused to stay quiet. 10 straight nights of headaches, I said flatly. At this point, maybe you should call a neurologist. That persistent sounds serious. She slammed her wine glass down. Not hard enough to break it, but loud enough to punctuate her anger. "You're mocking me," she accused. I tilted my head. "You're right, sorry. I forgot. I'm supposed to act concerned without actually being allowed to fix anything." Her eyes went ice cold. "I'm tired, it's late, and I'm not in the mood."
"To what?" I shot back.
"To be near me? To touch your husband?" The silence that followed wasn't anger. It was worse. It was indifference. She turned back to the window, picked up her wine, and walked away without another word. I watched her silk robe disappear down the hallway and couldn't tell if I hated her or missed her so. Desperately, it made my chest ache. Something was deeply wrong, and I knew it. But proving it would mean facing truths I wasn't sure I was ready for. The next morning, I tried a different approach. Made her breakfast, plated it beautifully, sat across from her like we were normal humans again. Then I dropped it casually. "I scheduled an appointment for you. With a neurologist. I figured 10 straight headaches are worth checking out." Her fork froze halfway to her mouth. "You called the doctor for me?" I nodded. "You said you've been in pain." "I'm trying to help." Her face twisted with something between shock and rage. "You think I'm lying?" "No," I said carefully. "I think you're not telling me something." That's when she exploded. Accused me of manipulation, of making everything about my comfort, of trying to control her body under the guise of care. "You do things to earn points, not because you care," she screamed. "And now what? If I don't sleep with you, I'm broken?" She stormed out, slamming the bedroom door like thunder. I sat there staring at my cold eggs, replaying the fight in my mind. Was I really that blind? Or was she just that far gone? I decided to try one last time. No more confrontation, no more asking. I became the model husband. Coffee by her bedside every morning. Cooking elaborate dinners. Folding her laundry while mine sat untouched. Jazz playing softly in the kitchen. Candles at dinner. I didn't touch her once, not even when she brushed past me at the sink. I just smiled, cracked jokes, and gave her space. And she noticed. She started lingering in rooms longer, laughing softer at my comments. Even sat through 2 episodes of my documentary series without rolling her eyes. I left a single rose on the counter one morning. No note, no expectation. When I came home, it was gone. Not in the trash, but not in a vase either. She never mentioned it. Still, I told myself this was progress. Told myself she was thawing, but something didn't sit right. Her phone never left her side anymore. There was a new perfume on her neck. Subtle, sweet, unfamiliar. She even wore it to clean the guest bathroom. I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Because that's what you do when you're trying to save something. You quiet the doubts and hope love is louder. Then came the Friday that changed everything. We'd shared wine with dinner. She stood at the sink, her sweater slipping off one shoulder in the amber candlelight. For the first time in weeks, I let myself hope. I approached slowly, brushing a strand of hair from her cheek. "I've missed you," I whispered. "You look beautiful tonight." I leaned in gently, not to take, just to see if she'd meet me halfway. She didn't. Her spine went rigid. Her head turned away. Then she said it, voice flat and cold. "Never ask for intimacy." "It's over." The words sank into my chest like ice. I pulled back slowly, staring at her. "Excuse me?" "You heard me," she repeated, still staring out the rain-streaked window. "Don't make it a thing. Don't turn this into some emotional debt I have to repay." Something inside me cracked but didn't break. "I don't need that from you anymore," I said, voice steady. Too steady. Her head whipped around, panic flashing across her face. "What does that mean?" I didn't answer. Just grabbed my jacket and walked toward the door. She followed halfway. "Mark, don't play games." "What does that mean?" I paused, hand on the handle. "It means I'm done begging for crumbs from someone who used to love me." Then I stepped out into the night, letting the door click shut behind me. The cold air hit like clarity. This wasn't a marriage anymore. It was a standoff. And I just laid down my weapon. The gym became my escape. Rubber mats, citrus cleaner, pop remixes I couldn't name. My trainer Nina was straightforward, no nonsense, and genuinely funny. She didn't know anything about my dying marriage or my empty bed, but she saw me as a person. And after months of being starved for basic human respect, that was enough. I started going twice a week. Then Jenna noticed. "Who are you texting?" she demanded one evening, seeing me smile at my phone. "Just a friend." Her eyes narrowed. "You don't turn your phone like that for a friend." The accusation was rich, coming from the queen of bathroom phone calls. But I didn't take the bait. "Are you seeing someone?" she pressed. I looked at her calmly. "Why would you think that?" "Because you're different lately." She wasn't sorry for what she'd done. She was panicking because her backup plan fell through. I stepped outside into the rain. Didn't rush to cover myself. Just let it fall. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel drenched. I felt clean.